Rob Grimes for the IFBTA, and I'm here at the NRF show, and I'm here in the Hughes Network Systems booth. And I'm with Ricardo Belmar, who is the Director of Vertical Market Solutions. So welcome.
Thanks, Rob.
Now here's the deal. So when I think Hughes, I think satellites. But I've been told today it's not about satellites anymore.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, we're standing in front of digital signage that who would have thought, right? Hughes for digital signage. So you want to tell us what we're looking at here?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Rob, for pointing that out. You know, we run into that so often. Everyone is used to thinking of us as the satellite company, but we do a lot more than that today. So right now we're looking at an example of one of our digital signage solutions. This is actually an interactive touchscreen, and we deliver the hardware, software, and the content management that can drive the content for this. And we do it in a couple different ways. We're actually looking at one that's running a default loop, showing some promotions that we're running here at NRF this week. But we've also got over here an iPad that can actually drive the content that runs on the screen. I can switch it by touching the screen, put it into a kiosk mode that's highlighting one of our customers' Total Wine, that can play content that they've provided, and this is a solution they're piloting in their store. And then I can come over to the iPad and put up different information on the screen here. This is just connected wirelessly.
So this isn't a stand just for convenience here. This isn't for the customer to use it.
That's right.
Right. Now, of course, when I see something like this, I also think about not just digital signage, digital menu boards, but I also think about kiosks.
Right.
Are you offering a kiosk solution as well?
We do. So in fact, that Total Wine that I was showing, we've actually built that into a kiosk, and that's what they're trying out now at one of their corporate locations to see how it feels, and they're evaluating whether they want to put that in the stores.
Okay, so we still have satellites somewhere out there,
We still do.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we still do
have
that.
satellites out there
They haven't
somewhere.
gone away. Yep.
Okay, but the idea is the word network, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly.
we understand that digital signage works over a network.
Right.
So you got the content management, you got the player, and you got the hardware. You guys are doing the content management and the player, and then the hardware, of course, screens. The customer could source their own screen, I suppose.
That's right. Either we could provide the screens or the customer could do it. And then all the things that you listed, we do ongoing management of those devices as well. So we do the installation, the maintenance, configuration. Most customers want to do their own content management. We could offer professional services to do that as well, but most customers like to do that on their own.
But none of this works right without a network,
Without the right network.
Okay.
That's right.
So now we're in a restaurant, right? Because people certainly knew you in the restaurant business for satellites. They knew you in convenience stores, because I knew you in gas and convenience. And we're here at the National Retail Federation, so I got that, okay? So let's talk about food service. So the network, when I think about food service, is the interconnectivity between franchisees, franchisors, the whole network. There's a lot of things that people want to put in a store in the network, and digital signage menu boards is just one, right? But we offer customer connections today. We have to have a firewall there. You know, we've got connectivity with the point of sale. We've got music, credit card transactions. So where do you guys fit in all of that?
So the key for Hughes is that we deliver a managed network service that can enable all of those things you just listed. And we do it by working primarily with all broadband technologies. So you're right that we used to just be focused on satellite. We've evolved from that, and we actually deliver now DSL technologies, cable, fiber, Ethernet, 4G wireless.
But you don't own those networks, you're managing them.
That's right, we're managing them. We have arrangements with over 95 different providers in North America that we work with. And the advantage is that when a restaurant wants to work with us, we're the one face that they have to deal with to manage all of that. And
so they buy the service through you.
That's right.
And then you have the hubs.
That's right. So we bring all of their data into one of our 3 data center locations around the country, and from there back out to the restaurant brand. And then there's 2 other things that we do that I think is the more significant piece. So the restaurant doesn't have to deal with any of those back-end operators. We do all of that. We manage those interfaces.
Which is good for franchisees,
exactly. And then even also interesting, I think, for franchises, we've established a number of different semi-automated franchise programs. So most brands that we work with want us to go and provide alternative packages to their franchisees.
Well, they all want the choice.
1, option 2.
Yeah, they want cost choices, they want service choices, and they always think they're smarter than the franchisor, right?
That's right,
yeah,
always.
So they get that.
Always.
So you're offering the choices, so the franchisor doesn't have to, but the franchisor just deals with you as a single source.
That's right.
And then they make you available to their franchisee
And then
network.
we'll host a website that the franchisees can log on to, see what all the options are. We give them the ability to sign on directly from there. They can get copies of any contractual agreements, e-sign them on the spot, and then we have an automated system that will start scheduling installation and everything for them.
So if I were to, the single point you would want a food service operator to know about Hughes is
We're a managed services provider.
Managed services provider. So we're no longer satellites.
That's right.
We still have satellites.
We still have them.
But we manage all of the services
kinds.
and connectivity that you need at the unit level.
That's right. All the connectivity into the restaurant. We even will manage Wi-Fi connectivity inside the restaurant for you and do all the hardware installation.
And is there any size limitation of the size of the organization you'll deal with?
We just typically we're looking at brands that have, I would say, 50 or more units.
Well, 50 is a good size.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a small number. So that's great for the regional players.
The real scale advantages come in, I would say, when you get to around 100 units. And independent of how many individual franchisees there are.
Right.
But we do work with a number of brands that are in that 50 to 100 range.
And are you sole straight sales, or do you have a distributor network? Will you work with dealers? Or
we primarily do the sales direct ourselves, but we also do, the business model for it varies, so we do outright capital purchase and then financing options as well.
Okay, so what we get out of this is Hughes really wants a direct connect with the operator, 50 units or more, and then all of the different parts and pieces, they bring it together at the table in a single managed service. So it's really one person to go to, but then you can go ahead and select the connectivity and the providers that you're going to work with down at the local level, and great in a franchisee model as well. So Ricardo, thank you very much for your time, and it's great to see you guys doing some great things in food service as well.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Rob Grimes for the IFBTA here at the Hughes booth at the NRF show in New York.